Hi, I'm Tyler Flake. This is my wife, Chantel. We've been certified health coaches for the past 3 years, and we absolutely love it. We love watching people change their life and find optimal health. It's so fun.
It's true. Health coaching has been amazing. And actually, it's changed our lives too. I actually thought I was healthy for a long time, and then I became a health coach, and I realized that I really wasn't optimally healthy. I had those 3 o'clock energy slumps in the middle of the day, and I had cravings. And I really felt like I stayed thin on self-control alone. And I have to admit, that was exhausting after a while. Some days I had more of it than others, and I worried that someday it would just be completely gone. So with this program, I realized it really didn't have to be that hard. I learned that if I could just train my body with healthy habits that we teach, it could feed itself properly, and I really would be content. So the past 3 years, I can say that I've successfully maintained, and we've actually taught hundreds of other people to be successful in the exact same way. I feel like we've really cracked the code. And I want to share with you the secrets to high energy and healthy weight. So this applies to you if you are in the weight loss phase, or even if you're in the maintenance phase. These principles hold true. So listen up.
So first, let's talk about the habit of eating 6 small, balanced, low glycemic meals every day. That's kind of a mouthful, so let's go through each one of those. So first, just ask yourself, do you eat 6 small meals a day?
Yeah. And let's take you back to science class for just a second, okay? Here are 2 graphs. On the left is an average American's diet. Okay, so you can see those tall spikes indicating the blood sugars and therefore the insulin response, that little dotted red line. We really feel our best when our bodies stick right around that baseline insulin level, so that white line. So if you can imagine, the person on the left is experiencing energy levels kind of like a roller coaster. But don't get me wrong, like I love roller coasters, but I'm not sure how...
Are you scared of them?
Okay, a little bit, but I like the thrill. But that's not how I want my energy levels described. So what we really teach in Take Shape for Life is on the right. We want to stabilize those blood sugars, and we want to eat balanced meals throughout the day so that we have that consistent energy.
So the big question is, how do we do this? So for the first 2 or 3 of your meals every day, we can use the 9-inch plate rule. This is a great visual here that shows you that rule. As you can see, half the plate should be filled with fruits and vegetables. A fourth would be protein, and then a fourth would be the starches. So take note, we're talking about a 9-inch plate here. It's not the normal restaurant plate or buffet plate that you might see that's 12 or 14 inches.
Right. So for the rest of the meals, the other 3 or 4 times that you're going to be eating to make up that 6, it just kind of depends on how busy we are, how much time we have to actually sit down and prepare that plate that Tyler talked about. We can use, so the rest of the time we're going to use a protein carb balance rule. You really want to get used to reading the back of labels, reading those carbs and protein, and really getting used to reading those. And we're looking for food that contains or that we pair together that has a 1-to-1 ratio. Okay, keep this in mind, 1-to-1 to protein to carbs. And as a general rule, you're not going to be perfect every single time, but from my experience, generally, those carbs are easy to get in. So if you just focus on that protein, that's going to be key here. For those of us that are familiar with Take Shape for Life, we know that we have meal replacements, and that's an easy grab-and-go option, and it's easy to get that pairing in. You don't have to actually think too much about it. It's really easy. And those of you that are in the weight loss phase that are using those meal replacements, we know that gets your body into the fat-burning state, and that's how you're able to lose 10 pounds a month. So let's go over a few little ideas that Tyler and I actually, these are things that we actually prepare, that we use on a weekly basis with our family. I love veggies with hummus dip or Greek yogurt dip, lunch meat wrapped in vegetables, rotisserie chicken, some tuna fish on a high fiber cracker, just lots of veggies and dips, and maybe even cottage cheese paired with the fruit. String cheese, some dried...
My favorite.
Oh, I love string cheese. We always get that. Dried fruit with some nuts, boiled egg, some beef jerky even, string cheese wrapped in the lunch meat, PB2 or peanut butter with celery, probably some Greek yogurt with granola or fruit, some toast with eggs on top, all these things, just so many yummy, yummy options. The key is to keep your pantry stocked. If you have it in your pantry, that's going to make an easy choice for you when that's readily available. So something I always tell my clients is that health choices really start at the grocery store. That's when you make that first decision to be healthy.
Right. And so the next is the low glycemic. So let's talk about glycemic charts. A 100 on the glycemic chart would be pure sugar. So we talked earlier, Chantel talked about how the body responds to sugar. You eat sugar, your blood sugar goes up sky high, and then your body has to pump insulin. So it's better to choose foods that are lower on the charts. And that doesn't mean that you're never going to eat the higher glycemic foods. It just means you're going to be aware of how often and how much. A general rule of thumb is eat in the green and stay lean.
I love that.
So there are two charts here, vegetables and fruits. And some of my favorite low glycemic vegetables are like zucchini, onion, spinach. Some of my fruits that I like, berries, tomatoes. Yeah, tomatoes are a fruit. Avocados, peaches. These glycemic indexes, they can be found in the Habits of Health book or on the sidebar of the challenge.
Yeah, another reminder is that, we're striving for progress here, not perfection. Sometimes we might not be able to eat those 6 meals 100% of the time, but as long as we're practicing these habits more often than not, then I really think that we're making progress. So give yourself some grace when you mess up, get right back on track. Even if you just decide to eat that chocolate cake, just hop right back on. And, sometimes your body doesn't even notice, and our bodies are just so forgiving and resilient. So really the key here is, okay, you ready for it? The key is to continue to live this lifestyle for the rest of our lives. This isn't just something we do for a little while and then we go back to the way we're eating before, or until we're done losing weight and then celebrate because we got to our weight loss. No. Like, we want to move past that yo-yo dieting and mentality into a wonderful place. And it's really a healthy lifestyle. That's just what we do. So thanks so much for, what is that? What is that sound?
It's our alarm. It's been 3 hours since our last meal. Time to eat our next meal.
Oh, signing off. We'll see you guys.